ষ্টাৰ্ট হোৱাই নাছিল নেকি ইমান দেৰি?
ষ্টাৰ্ট দিছোঁ, টাইটেল দিছোঁ, চাই ল'বি।
ভালে আছে, ভালে আছে। হেল্ল',
ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰা নেকি, নহ'লে বহুত দেৰি হৈ যাব।
ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰি দিওঁ।
চিন্তু বাকী ইচি মেম্বাৰ ক'ত?
জ্যোতিৰ্ময় আছেতো।
জ্যোতিৰ্ময় আছে, বাকী কৃষাংক নাই।
কৃষাঙৰ তোমাৰ
দীপশিখা
মাকৰ আৰু চিৰিয়াছ হৈছে, হস্পিটেলত আছে সি।
কৃষাঙে মেছেজটো চাইছে কিন্তু।
হয় নেকি?
হয় হয়
ঠিক আছে, মই তাক কল কৰি খবৰ সুধিব লাগিব।
হয়।
আৰু দীপশিখা আৰু কোন থাকিল? তন্ময় থাকিল ন?
শুভমে কিবা দিছো, শুভম কেন জইন টুডে। তাক দিওঁ নেকি? হু আস্ক।
भाई ये सब मत कर लाला, लाइव हो रहे।
तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं।
Yes.
So the today's discussion theme is, or the title is, कभी कहना चाहते थे. So in the past we have in the past we have some things which we couldn't say or we cannot do, which we still regret. So let's talk about them today. So for a discussion, my first question will be, so guys, just raise your hand, okay, if you want to answer. If you could write a letter to your younger self, what that letter will include? Means the main points. Anyone? Okay, I want more. Okay, let's start with Vivek.
Thank you, moderator, for the chance. So, if I had that opportunity to write a letter to my younger self, it would have uh, two or three main, what to say, messages. First is that abstain from abstain from doing a engineering degree. And since I know my interest now, I would have told him that this is your interest, this is where you should be doing as far as your career is concerned. So I will do that. And secondly, I would have maybe warned him against meeting certain people. Um, yeah, these two primarily.
Okay, thank you, Vivek. Now let's come to Bhargav.
Thank you, moderator, and good evening, everyone. So, if I get a chance to write a letter to my younger self, first thing I will include is to choose the friend circle very carefully. Like, yeah, not all friends are bad, but still, I have faced means I have met many people who like just show you that they are your friend, but in reality, they just want your downfall or want to become you. मतलब उनको चाहिए कि आप भी उन जैसा मतलब खराब बने, ये ऐसा टाइप का. And secondly, I would also suggest my younger self to choose a physical activity like sports, because today the most thing I am the I can say the thing I most regret is like not being able to play any sports. Like I have played in my school, but I did not continue it. So I would also like him to continue the like the physical activity he has chosen, he has taken. And uh, lastly, I would suggest him that whatever he is doing rightly only, and to go what his like heart suggests, so that he can get more success in the future. That's the thing.
Okay, thank you, Bhargav. Now Tolstoy.
Well, thank you, moderator. So, one thing that I would definitely tell my younger self is to not have any kind of victim mindset, because that is such a defeatist, such a loser mindset. that it can ruin all of your things. No victim mindset. You have to fight in this world. If you want something, you can get it. You can get anything you want. It's just victim mindset. All limitations are in the brain. Like recently, I have got to realize, especially after class 12, once I began to crush my goals one by one by one, I realized that it is only in the mind. All limitations are in the mind. It's all possible. That's the first thing. The second thing is to not care more. I was really afraid of going up to strangers, talking to people, and all of those things. I used to take everyone seriously, and all of those things. So it's like the best thing is to not care. Just let yourself out there, and we can see what's gonna happen after that. Just whenever, it's just not being in the comfort zone. That's another point. Not being in the comfort zone. I don't want to be in the comfort zone. Whatever feels uncomfortable, whatever feels way too hard, I just like to attempt it right then and there. So that is it basically. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That was a good message. Now, Srijan.
Uh, Thank you, moderator. So, if I were to write a letter to my younger self, um, I would have suggested him to invest more time on learning different kinds of art, literature, dance, drama, uh, because all these things actually liberates one's mind. And I would have suggested him to invest more time in friendship because that is one thing I lack. And thirdly, I would have suggested him to, engage in physical activities more, like in sports or any other physical activity. Yes, these three things I would suggest. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone? Okay, Tolstoy.
Also, one more thing that I would like to suggest is to my younger self is to join gym early. Now that I go to the gym and then I feel physically fit, I feel energized. I just like people. I see people here like so fit people like from 16 they are into physical fitness, physical activities. So just took that point from Srijan. So it's just like working on my own self, fitness, looking good, all of those things. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone? Okay, Srijan.
Yes. One thing I forgot. So now one more thing, one additional point I would suggest to my younger self is that your competition is not your classmate. Every time, our parents, due to pressure from our parents or teachers, we tend to compete with our classmate for marks. So I would suggest him that your competition is not your classmates. Your competition is the world. That I would suggest. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next one, Himasri. Nainiki. Anjal.
Anjal নাই দেই ষ্ট্ৰীম কৰি স্মাল নাই
Okay, Spidey.
Hi everyone, and thank you, moderator, for giving me the chance. So, if I have to write a letter to myself, so I will be saying to myself to be more confident and not being shy. Because if you are shy and you are not having the confidence in yourself, then you miss out in lot of opportunities. A lot of opportunities slip out of from your hand, and you need to interact with people more and and say verbally what you feel inside and not keeping everything inside. So uh, being confident and having that having the extroverted quality will help in the near future, because if you don't interact with people and say your emotions, then people won't understand you, and keeping everything inside just bottle up, and ultimately uh, it kinds of make us feel alone sometimes. So
Okay, thank you. Okay, the next question. Again, raise your hand. Okay. See, everyone has a good and an evil side. What if your evil side takes over your soul or body? So, what changes it will bring if your evil side takes over you? Anyone? Okay, Bhargav.
Uh, মই আহি আছো ৰ'বা 1 মিনিট।
Okay, Pritesh.
মই অলপ পিছত কম ৰ'বা।
ঠিক আছে, Vivek.
Um, See, when we say that we have a evil side of ourselves, it's actually things that undermine or kind of restrain your individual growth. That may be in terms of intellectual growth or physical growth. So, if I were to be very honest, certain parts of me has already been hijacked by my evil side. Starting with physical health. As you know that I actually joined this gym for about 1.5 years, but later on, after a certain time, that I got kind of bored out of it, and that's how it kind of lagged behind, and I couldn't rejoin after that. So, and that's taking a toll on my health right now. So it is one of the evil side that has taken over me. So I was maybe try to get out of this. And secondly, laziness. That is another evil aspect of my personality, I would say. So laziness, I think it has negatively impacted my life since childhood, I would say. Um, it actually laziness actually takes over your everything. I would say its adverse impacts are not limited to a certain area of a life. So these two, and thirdly, maybe I would say that I think I'm my one of the evil personality or evil aspect of my personality is actually over kind of empathizing with people, oversensitive to a certain aspect of human's life. So it's not empathizing is not bad, but when it becomes over empathizing, when you become overly sensitive to certain people or certain emotions, then that becomes very difficult to handle. So I think these three are as of which I can kind of recognize.
Okay. I was expecting you will say Kirmada. So, Bhargav.
Evil side, like Chintuda, you are saying like the bad side of ourselves, or like what thing, like bad things about us,
It's
like
like you
what?
hesitate to do few things, right? Which your
Yeah,
evil side says. So, if that evil side takes over your body, how
yeah,
things
yeah.
will change in the real world?
I think first of all, Vivek has said many things which I can also relate, like laziness. Yeah, I suffer from that very much, and also I think that I like think many things like I will do that this, but at the end only few things I can achieve. If I make a list of 10 things, only you can say 6 or 7 things like I can complete. So I think that will be a major problem, because if you make a list like your goals and you cannot achieve it or you cannot complete it, so like it is a bad personality of yourself only. And also I think that I think matlab, like I have anxiety very much, because every time I do something, I लाइक आई मीन्स मैं सोचता हूँ कि क्या हो जाएगा अगर मतलब वो शायद वो मैंने जो जिसको कुछ बोला है वो शायद खराब ही पा गया कि वो हो गया, इवन आफ्टर इवन इफ माई मैसेज इज गुड, आई थिंक दैट दैट पर्सन माइट हैव not liked it. So yeah, I think very much so that is one of the biggest problem of mine, I can say. And if it takes over me, then I means it will be a disaster for myself only. And ऑल्सो इफ यू कैन से आई एक होता है कि मतलब लोग I try to be nice with every person I talk to, but sometimes what happen, I lose my temper and I say anything to the other person. So that time, I think I should control that one, because if I lose control in every situation, or like similar situation, then obviously it will create a problem for myself only. So these are the things which would means create a problem if like my will side takes over me. Basically, it will be a disaster for me only, because what I am doing right now will be like, if I have achieved something 50 to 60%, that will also go down to, you can say, 10 or 20%. So yeah, that will be a big problem.
Okay, thank you, Bhargav. Vivek, I will come to you first. Let's listen to Tolstoy.
Well, so if I talk about my evil side, people, yeah, some people say that I'm arrogant, uh, which I am a little bit. I must accept my flaws as well, but I'm trying to overcome that. I'm trying to overcome that for a long time. But yeah, that is personally my evil side. A bit of arrogance. I mean, in the real world, a bit of arrogance is necessary. But like sometimes it gets way too arrogant. I get way too arrogant, and that's definitely not healthy. Arrogance in like I try to put sometimes I try to put someone else down, which is like really not constructive. So that's one of the thing that I'd like to overcome. I don't do that most of the times, but sometimes it takes a toll, and then I try to pull someone down or show someone down. And another thing is like I'm obsessed with winning, no matter what, either by hook or by crook or whatever. I'm just obsessed with winning. So that has two sides. Either you can direct that into a positive side and a negative side. And if I direct that into a negative side, I may commit a fraud and be in jail. Who knows? So that's the thing I need to control. Otherwise, I'm fine, I guess. Yeah. Thank you.
Everything is fair in love and war, na?
Not in love and war, in getting rich. What if I commit a financial fraud tomorrow, like a tax fraud or something? Everything is fair in money, earning money, I would say. I don't care about war or love or something like that. I'm just a purely capitalistic person. I just want to be rich, very rich, and that if I direct that energy into wrong things, I know I'll end up in jail. So yeah, that is it.
Yes. Thank you. Now, Vivek.
Thank you, moderator. I hope the live stream is not being watched by money launderers. They might get inspired from Tolstoy.
The IT
So,
income tax department is watching us today. Government of
so
India.
jokes apart. So, another I missed out one of that evil side of mine is that I am obsessed with non-vegetarian food, and I know it's not good for health, but I am not able to it's difficult to resist when I have it in front, or even if I don't have it in front, it kind of gives a temptation to have the other day once you have it. Uh, so maybe controlling the food eating habits. That is one of what the evil side which I'm trying to control. So yeah, it will be one of those.
Okay, thank you, Vivek. Anyone who like to share their views, just raise your hand. Okay, Kritis.
Like I was unaware of my evil side, but like it was uh, around March. Yeah, March. I was in a I was very serious with my like in March. I was very serious with my girlfriend, and I found it. I have a toxic personality. I have a toxic personality, a toxic and manipulative personality, which which made her life very hard. So in this, like we were in a relationship for around 2 months, like unintentionally, but I I'm really hurt. Like she was very hurt because of me. I like it's not like that. I'm not doing anything to improve it. I'm working on myself to be a better person. But I'm simply just doing more mistakes. My toxic personality uh, is still there, uh, and I feel that I sometimes like my this manipulative side uh, comes out, but like it's it's been like 5 or 6 months. Now, I'm working on it, but I don't see like any improvement in myself. That's the evil side of mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you should try like meditation or like talking to new people, making new friends.
I avoid talking to new people because like in especially in night, uh, I don't have any control over my emotions. So like I talk to people, and after that I simply ghost them. That's why I also met with a I did a session with a counselor. She told me to deactivate all my social media accounts uh, and to like for a few months she told me just to not interact with anyone.
So running out of the problem is not the solution. Keep everything, let it affect you, try it to overcome. So that's all I can say. So I think Vivek
Yeah,
and Toshe would like to give you some solutions. So Vivek,
yeah,
what?
sure.
Krishank, with the permission of the moderator, অসমীয়াত তাক ক'ব পাৰোঁনে? So, Krishank,
Kritish.
first of sorry, Kritish, mic open
অ
কৰি ল'বা।
শুনি আছো, কোৱা।
First of all, চোৱা, তোমাৰ যিটো এতিয়া মানে এতিয়া ক'বলৈ ক্লিছে, বাট তোমাৰ এইজটো এনেকুৱা that মানে তোমাৰ ইম'চনছ বোৰ মানে ইনহেৰেণ্টলি হাই হ'ব। ইউ উইল অলৱেজ বি হাই অন ইম'চনছ। ভাল লাগিলে বহুত ভাল লাগিব, বেয়া লাগিলে বহুত বেয়া লাগিব। ত' সেই বেলেঞ্চটো তুমি গম নোপোৱা। আৰু এইটো নেচাৰেল হয়। এইটো তোমাৰ আৰু মই যে মই বহুত বেছি ডিফাৰেঞ্চ নাই। চ' মই জানো যে হোৱাট ইউ আৰ গ'য়িং থ্ৰু। আমি চবেই ৰিলেট কৰিব পাৰো। এইটো তুমি নাভাবিবা যে ইউ আৰ অনলি দ্য পাৰ্চন চাফাৰিং ইট। আমি চবেই এই ষ্টেজটোৰ পৰা যাওঁ ফাৰ্ষ্টলি। আৰু ছেকেণ্ডলি, মেনিপুলেশ্যন যিটো তুমি ক'লা যে তুমি মেনিপুলেটিভ হয়, আই থিংক এইটো তোমাৰ মে বি কিবা মনত ভয় আছে যে ইয়ৰ ইয়ৰ লাভড ওৱান উইল লিভ ইউ, সেইটো কাৰণে তুমি মেনিপুলেট কৰা চাগে। চ' তাৰে কাৰণে চোৱা, তুমি ফাৰ্ষ্ট অফ অলটো তুমি ট্ৰাষ্ট কৰিব লাগিব যাকে তুমি ভাল পাওঁ বুলি কোৱা। ট্ৰাষ্ট কৰিব লাগিব। আৰু ছেকেণ্ডলি, তুমি পাৰিলে মানে আহ, ভাবিবা যে মই বহুত মানে বুঢ়া মানুহবোৰৰ কথা কৈ আছো, বাট পাৰিলে অলপ স্পিৰিচুৱেলিটিৰ পিনে চেষ্টা কৰিবা। মেডিটেশ্যন যেনেকে ক'লে মেডিটেশ্যন, বা তোমাৰ যি ভগৱানক তোমাৰ বিশ্বাস আহে সেই ভগৱানৰ কাৰণে অলপ চিন্তা কৰিবা। কোনোবা এটা টাইম তোমাৰ ওলাই মানে তেতিয়া তোমাৰ বহুত প্ৰব্লেম চল্ভ হ'ব। আৰু ভগৱানৰ এইটো কোৱা নাই যে মই গ্লৰিফাই কৰিছো, ৰিলিজন গ্লৰিফাই কৰিছো, মই এইটো কোৱা নাই। বাট ভগৱানৰ কাৰণে এটা আস্থা থাকিলে না, নিজৰ লাইফত বহুত বেছি ইম্প্ৰুভমেণ্ট হয়।
হয়।
তেতিয়া তুমি গম পাবা যে দেৰ ইজ চামথিং হায়াৰ পাৰ্পাজ, চাম হায়াৰ পাৰ্পাজ। তোমাৰ লাইফ অকল সেইজন মানুহেই নহয়, তোমাৰ লাইফ অকল ধৰা তোমাৰ ওচৰে পাজৰে থকা মানুহে নহয়, তোমাৰ লাইফৰ পাৰ্পাজ ডাঙৰ হয় তাতকৈ। ডাঙৰ পাৰ্পাজ। চ' তুমি সেই পাৰ্পাজটোক তুমি মানে সেইটো ফ'কাছ কৰিবা। কি পাৰ্পাজ তুমি এতিয়া নাজানা, বাট অবভিয়াছলি যেনেকে হনুমানে নাজানিছিল যে হি হেভ চ' মেনি পাৱাৰ্ছ। ইটছ অনলি ডেট যেতিয়া তোমাৰ সীতা হৰণ কৰিলে, যেতিয়া যাবলগীয়া হ'ল, তেতিয়া হি গট হিজ পাৰ্পাজ। চ' সেনেকে মানুহৰ পাৰ্পাজটো তুমি নিজৰ পাৰ্পাজটো ডাঙৰ কৰা, পাৰ্পাজটোক ফ'কাছ কৰা, তোমাৰ বহুত প্ৰব্লেম চল্ভ হ'ব। আৰু এইটো তুমি কাউন্সিলিং কৰিছা, ছ'চিয়েল মিডিয়া এক্টিভেট কৰিছে। আই ডোন্ট থিংক দিছ থিংছ ৱৰ্কছ। এজ চিন্তু ছেড, প্ৰব্লেমছৰ পৰা দৌৰি তুমি প্ৰব্লেম চল্ভ কৰিব নোৱাৰা।
হয়
প্ৰব্লেমছটো ফেচ কৰা, নিজে ফেচ কৰা। ইট ইজ তোমাৰ ক্লাছ 11, 12 এণ্ড ফাৰ্ষ্ট ইয়াৰ অফ কলেজ, দিছ এইটো লাইফৰ ইম'চনেলি বহুত ডিফিকাল্ট ফেজ হয়। চ' ইউ হেভ টু টেক কেয়াৰ অফ ইয়াৰ চেল্ফ।
yeah, ঠিকে কৈছে
Okay.
আৰু
Then Tolstoy.
I don't have anything for great Kritish. Vivek gave him an amazing message. But I would like to ask the same question to Chintu, the moderator. What is your evil side, and how do you combat it, and how do you tackle it? If I am allowed to ask any questions to the moderator, because we would all like to know about him, right? Yep, go ahead. If you are allowed to do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think my evil side will be I kayak dice enggak kill dice.
Dark side.
So one is that same as yours as like I also love winning. No matter how it's the matter of only winning. And other evil side is let's say we are let's say I have an opponent. So means I don't only like to win the match. I like to means get in his head, torture him mentally. Means
Yep,
হয় ন গছত উঠি গৰক ঘূৰত কাটি দিয়ে. I have that type of personality.
yep.
And means also I have a racist side of me.
Yeah, I have
With
it too. That is like
that
very dangerous, especially
that
here.
humor.
Yep.
And it's not like that I don't I try to tackle it. I tried it. So nowadays it's under control still. As Vivek said that we should believe in spirituality, believe in God. So that also helped me. Staying in an environment, temple environment or near spirituality, it helped me to overcome few things. But still, okay, Bhargav.
I would sorry to interrupt into the, but I would like to say something that if we have a bad side, then we must like you can see every time we try to show it before the person we love the most. It is not like the person you do not know or you hate. You will show your bad side. You will always try to show you that you are good before a stranger, but it is before a loved one that we show that our like anxiety, or you can say that, like Kritish said, like his manipulative side. So my solution is that sometimes what happens, the person before you are showing your bad personality can help you overcome it. Not in every situation, but in some situation they might help you, because in childhood also we have some bad qualities, but the person we love the most was our parents. So the parents helped us to overcome that. So in teenage, or you can say in adulthood, I also think that that problem could be solved by the person you like, you loved or you trust. So that's the thing, like there is a saying, like if you have the right person around you, you can come overcome any problem of yours. So that's my one. Thank you.
Okay, Vivek.
I have a slightly different opinion on this. If we were to kind of categorize our evil sides, let's say, for example, I talked about that I am being ignorant of my health or and eating habits. So definitely, if if we really love someone or our partner, we would love to share that. But there are other evil sides. For example, the dark side, in which we make racist comments and all those kind of. So I think we kind of try to present a more ideal side of ours with the person we love. So that eventually puts us in problem, I think. So as Bhargav said that only the loved one can kind of give us a right direction. So it's important both for yourself to kind of improve and work upon yourself. Like Kritish said that one of his personality, which he uh, found out that he was quite manipulative. So if you can identify that and it's taking a toll on your relationship, so you should be working on that. But I don't think we are very open about expressing our evil side. So yeah, that is my opinion on this.
Okay, thank you. Anyone would like to say something? Okay, so if nothing is there, so let's be get to the next question. The next question is, if you had a chance to ask a question to God, what it would be? Okay, Thursday.
So I don't really. So my relationship with God is like pretty. I'd not categorize with it. Yeah. So I would not like to ask anything to God or any God, because early in my life I have realized this thing that my manifestation power is like very good, and whatever I have asked from God, I have got it. Like I have gotten it. Whatever I have asked from God till now, touch wood. And so I'm just grateful to God, grateful as much as I can. I think that I believe him. He has the best plans for me. And the reason I don't ask anything to God right now is because I'm saving that question for a really really rainy day. So I'm just super grateful to God and whatever he has given me till now. And I mean, just super grateful to God. That's what I practice every single night when I go to bed. Like I practice gratitude immensely. I say thank you to God every single day, and that's what it is. I don't want to ask anything from God. Thank you.
Okay, that was a good answer. Now, Vivek.
Chintu, the moderator, the question was that question. Can you please repeat the question? No, I got
Okay,
the essence, but
if you had a chance to ask anything to God, so it's up to you what you believe like God is or something. If you had a chance to
I
ask
would,
something to God, what it would be?
yeah, I would ask everything, every question possible. I would ask him, why is the universe there? Why? What's the purpose of humans? Why do we have something called planet Earth? Why do we have planets even? Why do we have stars? I would even ask, like, if I were to believe the Bhagavad Gita, which is effectively a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, in which he was bombarded with questions. Krishna was bombarded with questions by Arjuna about that. What is the purpose of human life? What is knowledge? What is karma? So those questions were quite spiritual in nature, but my questions will not be limited to spirituality. It will be more about understanding what the actual world is, what actual knowledge is. Um, yeah, and one of the most important question, I think that will be my first question, that are there other lives beyond Earth? And the second question will be that uh, what's the purpose of all this thing? Why just can there can be no void? There can be void, so why there is no void? Void in terms of, let's say there is no creation at all. So that will be my question.
Okay, next of Harpo.
I do not have any specific thing to ask to God, because, as Tolstoy said, what he have means what he have prayed or manifested, he has means gotten only. So I can say the situation is similar, but sometimes I think why only I am suffering, or why only I am facing the difficulty. But when the situation is over, after that I get means I realize that I have at least learned something from that, and in future that thing only helps me in many situations to overcome other problems. So I think even if God is means I would not say that God is putting you in problem, but if you are facing any problem or some difficult situation, once you have overcome it, I can assure you that it will be the best period of your life. Like you will think that you have win something. But at the same time, if I get to ask to God something, it would be that what will be my life before, like you can say the last years of my life. Yeah, like the question is will be like that, because we can ask that will I achieve, means there are various questions like will I achieve my goals, but if God I do not know if he will answer in yes or no, but even if he answer in yes, then obviously you will become overconfident. Like, okay, the God has said to me that I will achieve my goals, so I have to, I have nothing to worry about. So obviously these are silly questions. So I will not try to ask that, but just I want to know what will be my life before my death, because that is very important. You can have all things in your life before, but it is before your death how your situation is more important, because we have seen many people live their best life in their teenage or adulthood, but at last before their death we can see them in streets, or some are like they do not even have a single family member to like you can say like to do their last rites. So that is very important, because the situation before your death is something which define your whole life, I can say. If there is people around you, if you are in a bed, if you're peacefully like living the art, so I can say that will be the best thing for a person to who is taking his last breath or something like that. I should not say that, but yeah, that will be my question because I just want to know what the situation will be at that point of time. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Vivek.
In addition to my previous response, uh, but I feel कि human mind is so curious that it wants to know every damn thing that is present around him. And if uh, if I were to have God in front of me, I know that uh, I will have so many questions. But two very important things that while reading the Bhagavad Gita, I came across one of the chapter, which is that how to be, not attached with the outcome of whatever you are working upon. So I read that chapter, but I couldn't actually understand it in depth, or kind of I didn't feel the relevance. So it didn't kind of convince me that why you should not be attached with the outcomes of your karma. So I would like to take another lesson from him in that from that about that chapter, and also I would just ask him that why does God exist?
Okay, thank you. If I would have met, I have asked two questions like, are my parents happy? And second would be not a question, but a request actually, like, give my karma all at once. So that would be my second request. Okay, anyone would like to say anything? Season, yeah, Spidey, Rutirmoy.
Hello, moderator. Thank you
Okay.
for giving the chance. Uh, the foremost thing which I will ask God if I had the chance, that why we were created, so that what purpose do we have? That there is a line that says in a song that जाते हैं मुसाफिर आते हैं मुसाफिर जाना ही तो सबको क्यों आते हैं मुसाफिर. So same question, that you have to, if you have to die one day, so why are we alive today? What's our purpose? That we get born, we study, we do job, we have family, we have kids, we live life, but ultimately what was our purpose to be here? Why are we here for so a small time? And what will we be after we die? Where will be our soul gone? So that will be my question to God. Thank you, moderator.
Okay. One purpose I know of you, meeting Messi in real life.
Yes, yes, if I get that chance I will be grateful.
Okay, thank you. Season?
Yes. Thank you, moderator. So today, if I'm told that I have the chance to ask God a question, firstly, I would faint. Then, if someone wakes me up, my first question and only question would be, am
नहीं,
I
तब तक
ever
God
this?
चला जाएगा.
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
तब तक God
नहीं
चला जाएगा.
नहीं नहीं, भगवान रोकेंगे थोड़ी देर मेरे लिए, कोई उठा देगा मुझे. तो
हाँ, बोलो.
उठकर तो उठकर माय ओनली क्वेश्चन विल बी, am I ever destined to become the Prime Minister of India? Because I want to serve the country from the topmost position. So I will ask him. If he says yes, then I will work towards it.
अगर बन गए तो क्या करोगे जो अभी का पीएम नहीं कर रहा?
जी, सबसे पहले मैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनने के बाद पीएमओ ऑफिस में जाकर चेयर में बैठूंगा। उसके बाद पीएमओ ऑफिस के सभी कर्मचारियों से मिलूंगा। उसके बाद
हाँ।
मैं अपने एक नेशनल टेलीविजन पर एक मैसेज दूंगा, कम्युनल हार्मनी का। मैं मैसेज दूंगा कि मैं सबका हूँ, मैं किसी एक संप्रदाय का नहीं हूँ। उसके बाद मैं सभी इंटरनेशनल लीडर्स से बात करूंगा कोऑपरेशन बढ़ाने के लिए। उसके बाद मैं स्टूडेंट कम्युनिटी से बात करूंगा। उसके बाद मैं फार्मर्स कम्युनिटी से बात करूंगा। उसके बाद मैं इंडस्ट्रियल लीडर्स से बात करूंगा। उसके बाद उन सब की बातों को सुनकर मैं फिर पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन की तरफ काम करूंगा। और इन सब के बीच मुझे एक चीज करना है, मुझे एक व्यक्ति है जिसे तिहाड़ जेल में डालना है, उनको तिहाड़ जेल में डाल दूंगा।
अरे और मैं तो नहीं वो।
कौन है वो
नहीं नहीं,
व्यक्ति?
भाई बता
वो
दे भाई, ये सब क्या है?
जी, वो इसी ग्रुप में है और वो है सुश्री हिमाश्री भट्टाचार्य जी।
Why is that? She's the real evil person in our group. That means. Yep. We never know secrets about her.
Right.
I'm not evil, okay?
According to
देखो मोदी,
Srijan, you are.
देखो
Right.
मॉडरेटर, मोदी साहब ने तो अदानी को भी नहीं डाला जेल में, ये तो अपने दोस्त को डाल रही है।
ओके।
मैं उन पे यूएपीए लगा दूंगा, मैं उन पे एनएसए लगा दूंगा, जो भी मैं कर सकूंगा मैं करूंगा, लेकिन इनको लंबे अरसे तक मुझे तिहाड़ जेल में रखना है। धन्यवाद।
I think Himashi will make a
YouTube
good
too.
Himashi will make a good alliance with Kejriwal sir.
सो इसी बीच हिमांशी आप भी बोल लीजिए, गौत को क्या पूछेंगे?
Okay. So you can call me selfish or maybe like that. Maybe that makes me a evil person. I don't know. But I'm going to ask to God that what did I do so wrong in my previous life or wherever in my current life or whatever that I have to learn so much from tough lessons. Okay. So because every time I try to do something in my life, I have to go through a tough situation to learn that lesson. So I don't want any more tough lessons. I just want to live my life happily and I want to go ahead, do something really great for my parents. And yeah, that's all I want to do. So that's my only question. That what did I do so wrong that you're making my life so tough? That's the thing. And about Srijan's Bihar jail ka, he is going to do that because I don't agree that national language of India should be Hindi.
Yeah, me
That's the
too. I
reason.
also don't agree that. Definitely. It should not
Me
be
too.
Hindi.
Me too.
Then every one of you
I
will
am
be in
supporting
jail.
Srijan.
Whoever
No, no,
opposes me will be in jail.
no, no, Srijan, I want to say something like, if I can, moderator.
ओके।
Means see, India, as we see, is a is a land of diversity. So I think making a single language or national language will be like detrimental for our diversity only, because we have seen that only implementing UCC has created such problems between our community. And doing such thing will we have already a problem of religion violence, and making a single language, our, you can say, national dialect, will create you can say linguistic violence also. So I think Srijan, you have to think about that before doing, because you can know you know only, because in India a small thing can spark a huge violence. So yeah.
The national language should be Bhaichara and love. Peace out.
May I say something, moderator?
Okay, okay.
Thank you. So, yes, I agree that there is diversity in India, and I also agree that making Hindi the national language may be detrimental to the diversity of India. But once I become the Prime Minister of India, who cares? I will make it the national language. If anyone opposes, I will use force to suppress you all.
Srijan, that doesn't sound very different from the current regime.
Okay, Tolstoy, want to say something?
No, so I actually support Srijan on this to make one unifying language. No, maybe not that, not Hindi or something, but maybe one unifying language because, uh, you know, Singapore, it was a marsh land. It was nothing literally in the 1950s. And then I was watching this Lee Kuan Yew speech. Lee Kuan Yew was, by the way, the leader of Singapore. And he was giving this speech like, we had 8 or 10 languages and no diversity in this country. Everyone wanted to leave from Singapore, or it was a divided society basically. So I support an one official languages. I'm not suppress. I'm not here to suppress like uh, uh, a linguistic group or something. They can practice their culture. One official language for all the official purposes, so that the leaders speak that language everywhere, or the leaders, and then they profess that language to the ordinary people, so that we become more united as a country, and we develop as a country. That's what my intention about that is. But I don't know, I respect others opinion as well about the diversity and all of those things, and India is a different country as well. We can't take examples from other country. So yeah, that's my proposition. Thank you.
Okay, Himasri, Vivek, are you
Okay,
both going
can
to
I
speak
speak?
on this topic? Then you can speak simultaneously, I think.
Vivek, can I speak?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So, firstly, I completely agree with Bhargav's point. So, uh, because India is a very diverse country, there are a number of languages here, and in the same way, there are religions, there are dress codes, and everything. It's diverse here. What I'm trying to say is, what Srijan and I had debated about in college actually, and he said that India has around 50% or 42 to 50% people speaking Hindi. That's why he wants to bring forward this thing that since the majority is speaking Hindi, therefore it should be the language for the national language. But what I am trying to say is that we don't need. India is a country which actually supports its minorities as well. That's why we have scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and reservations for all those people and everything. And as well as we also have to see that this majority that he's talking about, 42 to 50%, that may be a majority among the other minor religion, not religion, languages, but we have to see that that is also not an absolute majority or even a special majority or of any kind, not two-third majority, not 51% of the Indian people. So you cannot just say that just because a few people more are speaking one language, that's why we have to change our language to Hindi. Not change, sorry, that was wrong. I mean to say that we have to go ahead with Hindi as the national language. And one more point I want to say that if people actually want to have actually need to have a national language, then why are people right now living in such harmony? I mean, obviously there are problems, but not because of language. Because if you make Hindi the national language, then it will there will be problems. The languages will feel like they're being suppressed by the Hindi speakers. But right now India is in a comfortable position with its in a harmonious position with its language issue. So why do you want to create extra problems in the society? Why do you want to bring extra violence in the society due to linguistic issues? That's all I want to say.
Okay,
Um,
Vivek,
Moderator, may I?
before you speak, I would like to say this will be last, okay, about this topic.
Okay, okay,
And
okay.
I would like to announce something. ये टॉपिक के बारे में लास्ट 5-6 days से बात चल रही है शायद, see if I'm not wrong. So let's do one thing. Saturday, let's uh, replace the star debater of star debaters and change it to this topic, which will be a full room, no team, nothing. Everyone can put their opinions all for themselves. Sounds good.
Open debate.
Okay, yes, open debate. Okay, now Vivek, you can speak.
Moderator, it's a very tricky situation when you talk about Hindi being a unifying language because across every kilometer the dialect changes in India. So it's a very tricky situation. While the Constitution of India, under Article 351, it directs the union government to promote Hindi as one of the unifying languages in the country. So, keeping that in consideration, along with the fact that the first state which was carved out of independent India was Andhra, which was purely based on linguistic lines. So, it's quite tricky because on one hand the Constitution of India, which is the supreme law of our land, it directs that Hindi should be a unifying language across different people. But that's the thing, that the country is not a homogeneous society like in European Union or US or other Western countries. It's not a homogeneous society. We have so many diversity, and it's one of the most beautiful thing of, and you will not find such kind of diversity across any different country. There is diversity in terms of dialects, in terms of culture, religion. There are different tribes. uh, there are as far as I remember, there's around 117 tribes, which I'm not very sure about the data. It was based on 2011 national census. So if we have so much diversity, and the dialect differs across every 20 to 30 kilometers, so it's very difficult that we have a unifying language. But while I'm kind of standing on the margin that yes, there should be some unifying language. It can be Hindi because we can't deny the fact that it is one of the most widely spoken just after English in India. But it's also difficult to impose. It will be seen as the imposition of Hindi as far as southern country and also the northeastern countries like Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram is concerned. So even if we don't have a kind of a right to free movement in these states, the northeastern states, we still have the inherent permit system. So to introduce Hindi, it will be very difficult region. Maybe it's not somewhere near around the corner, but definitely we should be having something that unites us all. So yeah,
So everyone, please note Vivek's point and अपने अंदर गुस्सा भरो, सब भरो, सैटरडे तक रुक जाओ, फिर सैटरडे को आना सब, कोई टीम नहीं है, सब आना अकेले, मजा आएगा. So it's already time, I
every
guess. I have a last
everyone will
question.
counter everyone.
Yes, counter by counter. So the last question for today is, do you have someone you need to forgive, like you had to forgive, and if you will forgive them, what you say to them? And it could be yourself too. So let's start. Anyone? Okay, Bhargav.
I think I will forgive myself only because I go to means like harsh on myself sometimes because why I cannot do that thing or this. So yeah, I will convince myself that everything is not for everyone. He might be doing something which you cannot, but you can do something which he cannot. So that's the reality of our human life or our art. Because I think God, if God is real and God has created us, then I think He has maintained an equality that nobody can like become superpower. We have seen that people who try to, there is a limit, who try to go over the limit has or have always failed, not maybe in their earlier stage, but at their later stage or before their death, you can see the situation is very much critical. So in my opinion, that is the thing. If you do something good for another person, then obviously something good will happen to you. It might take time, but there will be a time when something good also comes to you. So that is my opinion, because I go too much harsh on myself, like why only me, or why I cannot do that, why I have like failed on that. So that's the thing. Thank you.
ओके, कोई बात नहीं, अभी तक जिंदा हो.
Why?
नेक्स्ट विवेक.
Thank you, moderator. Uh, I've heard this a lot of times. There's rather advocacy that forgive but not forget. I stand on the other side. I think there are certain instances where you can forgive someone, you should forgive someone, but there are certain mistakes, certain things where you can't forgive, you can't forget either. So, so there are two sides for this. And to forgive, I will forgive myself for wasting 5 years of my life after 12, or even if I count the 12, 11, and 12. So 5, 6, 7 years for wasting 7 years of my life into something that I will not be even pursuing later. And secondly, whomever I want to forgive, I would say that it that let's forget about that, and it's okay that you caused that harm to me, and maybe not kind of repeat the same mistake again. That's it.
So I would like to ask you, we should means judge a person by his actions or the actions under circum situations.
Uh, মানে actions in general and actions in
Only
particular
actions
situation.
or only actions, or we should see the actions means पूरा situation को देखकर.
Uh, I think I will judge a person based on only action because on a particular instance he might act differently, which may not be his natural self. Maybe the situation is very favorable, so he will act differently. And sometimes when if it's not favorable, he will act differently. So it's not no point in judging someone under a particular situation. Best if you want to judge someone and judge based on his everyday action, everyday uh, how he is or how he or she is around you.
Okay, thank you. Now, Kritish.
uh, uh, Moderator, I forgive you. If you remember, we had this old like we had this lafra in WhatsApp. That's why.
It's okay. It's nothing
Yeah,
personal. Yeah. It was just a clash of ego.
yeah, yeah.
So, moderator, what will you do now if you come to Guwahati and meet Kritish?
Ju- Just chill, just as we all do. We'll talk, we'll know each other more. What if he is different in personal, I mean in real life? So we like to, I would like to know him more. Okay, anyone who would like to speak anything? Because it's already time. So if no one is there, so should end the discussion today. So the outcome of the day's discussion is everyone has different past or something, but we still are struggling. So that proves that we are very strong and strong. Most people means आधे रास्ते पे हार मान जाते हैं, पर we are still struggling. We still smile. We enjoy. And I hope everyone get their dream life one day. So Allah bless everyone and good night.
Good night, guys.
Thank you
Have a good
and
one,
good
Good
night.
everyone.
night, guys. Thank you,
Allah,
moderator.
Allahu
Good
Akbar.
night.
Abhi yaar.
Jai Shri Ram. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone. Bye.